Hello everyone, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. In today's reading, I wanted to take a look at what advice does your guides have for August of 2025. So if you are tuning into this reading, this is your advice for the month of August. We have 3 pile choices. I covered up the words and the message on the cards. So you must choose by the image or the crystal with each card. So for pile number 1, I chose Citrine, since we are in the Leo and Virgo month, so it's like the month of the sun and the heart, lots of yellow. Pile number 2, we have Icelandic Spar Calcite, and for number 3, we have yellow Fluorite. So these are your pile choices. The timestamps are going to be listed in the description box below. If you need more time to meditate, just pause the video, and I'll see you all at your readings. Hello, pile number 1. So you guys were drawn to this card with the citrine crystal. So I'm going to place this up here, and give me just a minute. I will reveal the message under the card. We're going to go ahead and pull your oracle cards now. Let's see. What's with these? Pile number 1, please. Can we have some messages for the month of August? What do the guides want pile number 1 to know about the month ahead? This card and this one. Ooh, okay. We'll take them. Let's see. Let's go with some astro cards. Pile number 1's message for the month ahead. Let's see a card over here. Okay, we'll take those. Let's get a couple tarot for you. Just ruffling the tarot cards. Pile number 1, please. This is the month of August look like for them? What's coming? Alright, I'll take them. Perhaps let's do. Now we'll do those at the end of your reading. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, sorry guys. I just had to close my window because a couple cats are fixing to have a little disagreement outside. I think one of the females is coming in heat, and she has a suitor. Alright, so let me see. For you guys, you were drawn to this card, and this card is the ideation card. And this is about projects or ideas, something that is a plan in the works, a project in the works. And paired with the citrine, I feel like this is something that is very like empowering. It's something that's going to bring you a lot of abundance, a lot of success. It comes from your soul. It's something that you're meant to create here. Let's see what else the month of August has. We have problem resolved. Nice. I like that. So there may have been some issues or some struggle here. Yeah, some things may not have been flowing smoothly. We have follow your dreams. But you're being told by your guides that the month of August, some issues that may have been preventing you from progressing and moving forward are going to be resolved. So continue to follow your passions, your ideas, continue building this project. You have honoring your true feelings, so following your dreams. Yes, continue moving forward. I mean, look at all the water in this image here. There is this beautiful tree that this fairy is sitting on. So we have a lot of growth, a lot of potential, a lot of forward movement. I mean, this is just a flooding of emotions, a flooding of abundance, everything moving forward. So where once things felt like they were bound up, things were getting a little, maybe you felt a little constricted, like you weren't quite catching your wind. And yeah, I feel like this was the moment for pause. There was something that may have needed to be reworked, some course redirection, and now there's going to be this forward movement in the month of August for you. We have look inside yourself. Okay. I feel like this is telling you to continue to focus, to believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, to create the reality that you want, follow your dreams, like hold your focus, hold your vision, continue to visualize it, and act as if it's already here, it's already moving forward, you're already successful, it's already producing the rewards of your efforts. You know, it's one of those things where the art of manifestation is to become what it is that you're trying to create for yourself, or live the life that you're wanting to create, and act as if you were already in that reality. So keep holding your focus, pile number 1. We have family harmony. So I feel like this is something, this project, this idea, this creative expression that you have is going to be something that brings a lot of balance and stability for your heart, your family. And it could potentially bring some healing to your inner child, which is why you're being asked to look inside yourself and know that you are worthy, know that you are good enough, know that you are deserving, that your craft, your project, this creation that you have is good enough. It is going to bring in the rewards. Just keep moving forward. You know, whatever was blocking you has been dissolved. So there's going to be this forward movement. We have the midheaven. Yeah, I feel like this is your castle in the sky, your purpose, your mission, your happy ending here. Card number 36, which is a 9. So the fulfillment of something. We have Jupiter abundance. Nice. There's going to be this big abundance coming in for you. I love that. So follow your dreams, and we have that with the midheaven here. So this is like your soul purpose, your soul calling. This is your dream. This is your, you know, what you're meant to be doing. Whatever this creative project, whatever this idea is, whatever you've been working on or want to work on, this is what you're meant to be doing, because it's going to bring about this abundance. Look at this cornucopia here. And it's card number 23, which is a 5. And that brings a lot of change, a lot of forward movement. So there's going to be a lot more abundance starting to flow into your life. Pile number 2 in the month of August. That's amazing. We have Cancer with card number 4. Yeah, you're gonna feel very stable, it says immerse yourself. So it's like working hard on this project and working hard on your commitments to follow through on this project. Completely, you know, it's hard sometimes, I know, when you start something and you're not quite seeing the rewards from all the efforts that you're putting in, and you feel like, you know, is this what I'm meant to be doing? It's something I'm very passionate about, but it doesn't seem to be like doing anything, or I'm not seeing the results that I'm looking for. And in that beginning process, there's so much to learn, you know, and there's so much figuring things out. It gives us a lot of time to course correct and learn from our experience. So think of that, like anytime you begin something new, sometimes you're not an immediate master at it, so it takes time, it takes effort, it takes focus and determination to keep pushing through until you master your skill, till you master your craft. And the more like effort you put into it, the more confident you feel in yourself and your ability to do it, or to master your craft. You know that your skills are good because you put in the time, you put in the effort. And the more that you do that, the more committed you are, the better you are at something. So then your confidence starts to build. You start to get a little bit more courageous, and you start to know your worth and your value. So continue to keep working, keep pushing your head, keep believing in yourself, keep knowing that your abundance is coming in and that things are going to open up, and this is your dream, your purpose. We have Pluto with rebirth. Nice. And it's card number 27. So you have 2 9s. And 99 is a new beginning. It's a unique path. Having faith in your abilities. Letting go of the past. I feel like maybe in the past you have felt stuck, or maybe there was a lot of self-doubt, not believing in yourself. But I feel like you have created some shift within, and whatever it was that was holding you back, and it could be something from the past, something from childhood, because we do have the inner child coming through, and we have the serpent here, and that usually represents the shedding of an old skin, the end of a cycle, end of a belief system, some pattern or whatever that you had to go within and understand your, if this is something that you really want to commit to, is this something that you really want to create? Is it something that really makes you feel satisfied and happy? I feel like you've had to take some time out to sort through your true emotions and feelings to figure out if this is truly what you want to invest your time and energy into. And I feel like you've decided to commit. And if not, your guides are telling you to go for it. That the month of August is your yes, don't give up. The abundance is coming. There's going to be forward movement. We have justice. Look at that. The law of karma and fairness. Justice will be served. We have card number 8. This is a timeline shift here. You're moving forward. You're elevating. Card number 8. Ultimately, this is the strength card. And so I feel like, yes, this is tapping into your strength, honoring your intuition, and know that you are good enough, that there's a lot of shift that's going to be taking place. Balance is going to be restored. All that you have been getting, all the effort that you've been putting in, you're going to start to see those rewards coming in the month of August. Woohoo! All right, we have the Tower with transformation, realization, life change, and liberation. Yeah, you are walking away from the past, walking away from those thought patterns and belief systems that may have stopped you from believing in yourself. And this is something that I definitely encourage you to do. If it's something that you haven't done, get in touch, look inside yourself, honor where you feel unworthy or not good enough, because it's something to do with a childhood moment, and allow yourself to understand why you feel that way and where it comes from. Because once you understand it, once you can identify the emotion and the feeling, you end up recognizing it and having power over it, because you can understand where it comes from and why, and then you can soothe that fear and give it confidence and say, that was then, this is now. I know my worth, I know my value. I'm not going to let that defeat me. I believe in myself. I believe in my abilities, and I know my heart, and this is something that I'm super passionate about, and I'm determined to bring it forward and make my happy ending from this. It's liberating yourself from those old thoughts, those old patterns that make you feel like you're not worthy of this beautiful abundance that's here waiting for you, that's coming in for you in the month of August, you guys. That's awesome. We have the Page of Air. Yes, getting to know your true thoughts. This is a truthful, analytical, and outspoken. Not being afraid to honor your truth, but also seeing the truth of your thoughts here, understanding where they come from. And then we have the Two of Earth with balance, prioritization, and playfulness. Okay. Yes, okay. So, maybe perhaps you have, another job, and this creative outlet and project is like your side job, and it's something that you have been, it's a project on the side. One job is like the one that pays your bills, and this is one that you do because it's something that brings you happiness, and you're trying to invest more time, and I feel like that's what you're being asked to do, is invest more time in this creative project here, because this is what truly makes you happy, and that's what's going to make you feel abundance, because this comes from your heart. And the more you can feed into that energy of gratitude and abundance and happiness and joy, you create that momentum, that energy, that vibration for it to come towards you. Yeah, listen to your heart. Follow your heart. What does your heart say? What does your heart want to do? And run with that. But make sure that I'm not saying right now go quit your job or anything like that. It's finding a way to invest more time in this creative project, and until you can get it up and running where it becomes that abundant source of income for you. So there may be some things that you need to let go of so that you can invest more time in this, which is why we have the Two of Earth, and balancing, prioritizing, and playfulness. So make sure that you do take some downtime for yourself as well in between the project and the work, what provides your means and that you can survive off of, until you get there. But this project is going to take off, and I'm so happy for you. I'm going to get you one more card, the card of the heart here, the Lion Heart. Your final message for pile number 1 for the month of August. Oh. All right, we have 3 hearts come out. So 1 says, relax. There's plenty of time to do and achieve all you desire. Place your hands gently on your heart and allow your breath to guide you to a quiet space within. Imagine yourself bathed in golden light flowing from the eternal heart of God. I, your guardian angel, am with you. Allow me into your heart. You will accomplish more by focusing on that which is most important in life. Love. I love that. Beautiful. We have an affirmation for you to say, and it says, be aware of your language and thoughts. The most powerful statement you can ever make, think, or feel is thank you. Be grateful for all the blessings in your life. As we acknowledge the divine order of life, the universe responds with ever greater blessings. You are a powerful creator. All you say and think resonates through the heart of creation, and creation responds accordingly. So make sure the way that you're communicating to yourself and about yourself comes from a place of love, all right? And knowing that you are good enough, that you're worthy, and that this project is going to bring you that success that you are looking for. Just relax. Everything's going to flow according to divine time. Just keep moving forward. And then we have opportunity. Nice. Okay. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities await you. Stop dwelling on the past mistakes. Surrender the past lovingly. There is nothing to regret. All is always in perfect and divine order. Thank you. Everything that you've ever experienced has helped you in some way. The past is behind you, and the path ahead is clear. Move forward joyfully and fulfill your heart's desire. I love that. That is a perfect message to end your reading, pile number 1. Thank you all for being here. If reading number 1 resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know that you resonated with this reading. I'm sending y'all so much love. Good luck. Happy August. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Welcome to your reading pile number 2. So these are your messages from your guides for the month of August. So I'm going to reveal your card in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and get your oracle cards real quick. Pile number 1, what are the energies for August? What messages do their guides want them to know? Ooh, okay. I'll take those. Let me get a few astro oracle cards, star codes. Messages for pile number 2. What are the energies of August going to bring for them? What do they have to look forward to in August? Whoa. Take those. Okay, let's get a few tarot. Just a few more cards for you guys. Pile number 2. What does the month of August look like for them? What can they expect? Let's go with these guys right there. And I think that's it. We'll start here. And then towards the end, I'll get you a couple angel cards. Alright, pile number 2. Let me reveal your card. So we have fear. Alright, so there is a door approaching you in the month of August, and I feel like it is a time for you to let fear go. You have this Icelandic spar calcite, and this is a great crystal for cleansing and clearing lower vibrational energy. So this would be a great crystal to work for to help cleanse and remove any blockages. But I feel like there's going to be something that moves forward for you, some fear or processing, understanding of fear. Let's see. We have inner child. Alright, yeah. We have miracle healing. Nice. Okay. So there's something from the past, a pain that your inner child experienced. Like I said, I felt something, yeah. Maybe, you know, the lion heart, a tender heart. I feel like there may be some, like a childhood wound that may be coming to the surface for you to process, for you to heal, for you to let go of, so that you can move forward onto a new timeline where there's this healing, and we have this beautiful fairy who's reaching for the world. So like a new cycle, a new beginning for you. We have inner power. Nice. And new opportunity. Look at that, the light's coming in. Okay, so for the month of August for you, pile number 2, there's going to be an offering of healing. Healing of the inner child, healing of a childhood wound. Something that may make you feel like you have no control, no power, and that is usual for a child, right? We don't have any control, we don't have any say-so. We're just kind of like, you know, forced through certain experiences, whether we have the tools to understand them or not. And for children, it can be very, very difficult to navigate. We end up just kind of like trying to logically process them, and sometimes we can't process them. We actually end up having to kind of stuff it down, and we make up a story about the experience. And a lot of the times it always becomes something that where we focus on ourselves, and we turn where we make it something where we are not good enough, or we're not lovable, or there's something wrong with us, versus understanding what was happening, and that our caretakers or the providers or the people around us, they weren't necessarily the ones we could get that love and nurturing, compassion, energy for. And so now it's time for you to take back your power from these experiences and empower yourself with that love, with that compassion, with that understanding. And so if there was something that you went through an experience that made you have any doubt about yourself or a fear of some kind, we'll check the other cards to see what they say, to see if it reveals any more further information. But this is going to be a time for you to reclaim your inner power. There's a new opportunity, a door opening up where you're going to be able to see things a little bit more clearly, and it's going to bring in this healing. And we have this galaxy up here, so I feel like perhaps during the Lionsgate portal there may be some activations, this miracle healing here. Maybe somebody may communicate something to you that's going to give you new insight and see things from a whole different perspective. Let's see. What do we have? Square, semi-square, Queen Cups, tension. So we have card number 54, which is a 9. We have Gemini would cross-pollinate. Yes, okay, so there is going to be a conversation that takes place. And you're being asked to have confidence in yourself. There may be you communicating to your inner child here, and empowering yourself, understanding yourself, nurturing yourself, because there's this clash. Perhaps the heart and the mind aren't on the same page, and I feel like your heart and your mind are going to start syncing up and communicating, where you start getting this insight into the shadows and understanding your shadows. Because a lot of people, what happens when we experience trauma in our childhood, we end up suppressing those feelings, and that's completely understandable. Like, nobody wants to feel unloved, nobody wants to feel abandoned, nobody wants to feel, grief or anger. And so because we don't want to feel it, we kind of push it down, we ignore it, and it becomes like our shadow. It becomes the ghost of the past. It becomes this big, like boogeyman that's trying to get us, and we end up running away from it. And what we have to do in order to heal it is to stand in the emotion that's trying, stand in the fear, understand the fear, where it's coming from, and I try to tell my clients to see the emotion as a messenger who's coming to your door to reveal something to you, to tell you something, and they're, they could be crying, they could be upset because nobody's listening, nobody's understanding where they're coming from, and that they have these hurt feelings. I feel completely alone, and try to understand what that messenger, what that emotion is telling you, because it's giving you an opportunity to confront it, to understand it, to validate it, so it can move on, so it can move forward, so it can transform, so it can receive your light and your love and your compassion and understanding, so that it can heal. See it like, when we were younger, and some of these like Disney movies, or like the wolf who has the thorn in his hoof, and everybody's afraid of the lion, and then you have this one soul who's like trying to understand the lion, like, why is the lion so angry? And it's because he has a thorn in his foot, but he was brave enough to understand why the beast was upset and angry, because something was causing it pain. And we have to be brave enough, and we have to have courage in order to understand what our fears are telling us and where they originate and come from. And the more you can understand and label this emotion, so like if it's anger, you can go, oh, I know where my anger comes from. It comes from this time where I felt injustice, or I felt it was unfair, or I was blamed for something that wasn't my fault, and it wasn't my fault, and understanding where that emotion comes from. And so that when it comes up again, when you're triggered, that emotion is triggered, you know what the source of that is. And so then you can give it compassion and understanding and validate it and comfort it and nurture it and say, it's okay, understand. You have every right to feel that way. I would feel that way too. I do feel that way. And validate it, you know. Allow yourself to be angry about the situation because maybe at the time you weren't allowed to express that full emotion and actually understand why it was there, you know, because sometimes there's programs out there where it's like, oh, children aren't allowed to cry, like, I'll give you something to cry about, like you weren't allowed to fully release and allow yourself to express the emotion and feel into the emotion. And that's all the emotions are trying to do. That's all your fears are trying to do. They want your awareness, and your awareness is the light. Your awareness is the perception. So it's no longer in the dark and creating more fear. And that is my advice for you. I feel like that is the opportunity that's being presented to you during the month of August. So at first it may feel, you know, like everything's falling apart or there's this tension that's building, but it's just because your heart and your mind are on the same page. And so open your heart and try to understand the fears of the mind, because the mind is trying to control everything and keep you in a place of fear. And it's time for you to empower yourself and open a door where the light can shine in, so that more blessings, you're not creating from a place of pain and destruction. You can then create from a place of stability where you're able to understand the darkness and shine your light. So you understand the light, you understand love and happiness, but you also have to understand the shadow. And when we can stand in the middle of both, that's when we can create that unity of heart and mind. And so then we can create from a more conscious place versus creating from an unconscious place, where we end up creating more of the same things that we don't want. We have nurture. Thank you. We have nurture yourself. It's time to let some things go. It's time to cut the cords to the past, understand where your fears come from, and it's time to move forward. This is about the harvest. What lessons did you learn through those experiences? Because everything teaches us something. And it's time to take those lessons and move forward. This is card number 29, which is a card number 11. This is about awakening, enlightenment, trusting your intuition, your higher purpose, your dream, why you came here. Your soul is calling. We have Uranus and change. Nice. Card number 25, which is a 7. It's about being determined, having spiritual insight, deep communication within yourself, and it's also about, you know, your intuition. This, you know, Uranus is the great awakener. And we have progressions journey. Yes, okay, so in August you are going on a spiritual journey of healing. It's card number 56. We have 1111 coming through for you guys. 1111 is your new beginnings, coming into divine alignment, make a wish, positive flow, having faith. You're on the right path. It's coming into alignment with your, you know, your heart and your mind coming into alignment. And that's the goal, is to get them to communicate with one another and understand each other so that they're no longer at odds. They can understand where each other's coming from. All right, let's get to your tarot. We have the Empress. Yes, you get to create something new from this space. Once you heal from this path, the past, you're going to be able to create something new, and it's going to be filled with so much love and abundance, and you just, yeah, you want to feel loved, you want to feel supported and nurtured, and that's what I feel like you are missing, and it's something that you need to give to yourself. You need to give to your heart. Give to yourself from your heart, filling your own cup with your love, with your understanding, with your compassion for learning your fears and why they're there and what they're there to teach you. We have the Four of Fire, prosperity, contentment, and celebration. Nice. This is awesome. Yes, you will be celebrating because you're going to be coming to a place of healing, and you'll be congratulating yourself on all the hard work that you have done. And perhaps this is the journey that you've been on. And during the month of August, there's going to be a cause for celebration because this is the separation and the cutting of the cords of the past and going on a new journey of change, one that opens you up to understanding your power to create this new beginning for yourself that's going to be filled with so much abundance and prosperity and love and healing, connection, stability. We have the 3 of fire with goals, expansion, and vision. Yes, I love that. So there's this forward movement, lots of forward movement. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you coming into alignment with your soul purpose and change. New opportunities are going to be coming in. So this may be the beginning of the month of August. There may be some old wounds that clear out for you. And then once you cut the cords to the past, there's going to be these new opportunities that are going to help you expand, feel more enlightened, more connected, more successful, more content with your life. You're going to feel like celebrating. We have the Chariot, nice victory, lots of forward movement, woohoo! Willpower, being determined to achieve this goal, to cross the end line here, setting yourself free, liberating yourself. And we have the Magician as the final card. Yeah! Manifestation, empowerment, preparedness. You have all the skills. This is about aligning to your destiny here. Stepping up in a higher timeline where you're going to feel more abundant, more prosperous. You're going to be expanding your goals. Your ship's going to be coming in. Lots of success, lots of happiness, lots of reward. This is victory, overcoming those shadows, stepping into your power, your ability to co-create the life that you want here. Pile number 2. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys. All right, let's get some final angel messages to close out your reading for the month of August. Lots of love, pile number 2. All right. Woo. Okay, pile number 1 got 3 cards too. So I guess we're going with lucky number 3. All right, you have intuition. Trust your intuition and know that what seems logical may not necessarily be right. The answer to your question lies inside your heart. Endless possibilities exist for you. Stop trying to work it all out. Feel your way through. We, your angels, will guide you. Trust your feelings. What feels right is right. I love that. See, this is about the heart of the mind, trusting the heart and allowing the heart to lead the way and not trying to know what's going to happen when it's going to happen. Because sometimes our fear, our mind wants to know the answers, wants to be in charge. It wants to know how's this going to happen? How's that going to happen? It needs to know things. It's afraid to be vulnerable and give in to mystery. And here's the thing, that's where trust and faith comes in. And that is one of the hardest tests because it's a complete trust fall. You have to surrender and know that you are being guided. You have to know that everything's going to work out. You have to have that complete faith and know that your intentions, your manifestations are going to come in because you're good enough and worthy enough and you've focused enough on it, or you have done enough work to deserve your harvest to come in. You've set that intent out there. You just have to trust in your intuition and be guided. Follow the signs. Don't rush ahead. Follow the energy. What else? We have miracle. Heck yes. Dearest one, even if all hope seems lost, let not hope slip away. For I, your guardian angel, am constantly by your side. Surrender all your concerns to me and trust in the healing power of love. Please believe that you are never alone. Together we shall work through each issue or situation which is of concern to you. All heals with the passing of time. Magic and miracles are about to manifest. Woo-hoo! So you have a miracle coming in for you, fastly approaching in the month of August. So I feel like that's definitely what you deserve. And then we have trust. Thank you, Spirit, for confirmation. It says you are looking at a situation from a purely physical perspective. There's that mind. And therefore, you cannot see the higher picture and the blessings interwoven within this event. We, your angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best way possible. Let go of your fear and apprehension and allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. I love that. For you, pile number 2, trust, have faith. Know everything is going to work out. Allow yourself to heal. Allow yourself to receive. Allow your heart and your mind to align and connect and speak to one another and understand your emotions and where they come from, so that your mind can trust them and you can lean more into your intuition and be more open and receptive to the abundance, to the prosperity, to the expansion of your vision, to your goals coming in, receiving all that you are meant to receive. It's a time for celebration, a time for change, a time for you to own your power, pile number 2. Thank you all so much for being here. These are your messages for the month of August. I'm sending out so much love. If this reading resonated with you, please like and subscribe. If you feel like sharing your story below, I'd love to hear from you, or just let me know that pile number 2 is your reading. Y'all take care. See you next time. Have a good day. Hello, pile number 3. So these are your messages from your guides for the month of August. I'm going to reveal your card in just a minute. Let's go ahead and get your oracle cards and tarot real quick. So what is pile number 3's messages for the month of August? What can they expect? This one? This one? Let's get one more. This one. Okay. Let's get a couple star codes. Pile number 3, what are their messages for the month of August? Okay. Ooh. That's a lot of star codes. Alright, let's get some tarot now. Pile number 3, what do the guides want to know? For those. Alright. Let's see what we have. Ooh, you got a stack. Alright, so pile number 3, your card was cleanse. So, with fluorite, fluorite is a stone, especially with the yellow, it's the stone of the mind. So there may be some old programming in the solar plexus that needs some healing. Could be some old programming. So we have cleanse, we have this healing, nurturing energy that's going to come in for you in the month of August. And each pile had some form of cleansing and purification come through, something that needed to shift and change. But there's going to be this purification, I feel, in your solar plexus. And that our solar plexus is our self-confidence, it's our courage, it's our belief in ourselves, it's our ability to create, It's abundance. It's all those things. It's like our personal sun, you know, our joy. Also our, you know, our physical mind. Let's see what else. We have be honest with yourself. And we have this beautiful dragonfly, some transformation. So there may be something that needs clarification and understanding. We have new location. Let's see what else. We have self-reliance. Good. And I'm not sure if I can say this word on YouTube, but we'll say sensuality. So I feel like it's the way that you perhaps express yourself. Just in case, I'm going to cover it up here with this moon. It could be perhaps the way that you see yourself, acknowledge your light, your beauty. Something's going to be healing. Self-reliance, being able to have faith, trust in yourself, trust in your abilities, to have courage, to see yourself in a different light here. See, we have this beautiful yellow to confirm the solar plexus here. This may have to do with your self-worth. This may have to do with feeling independent and trusting and having faith in your abilities to create something. This could also be cleansing of the womb, the emotional body here. Something coming to the surface for you. Let's see what the other cards say. The month of August, we have immerse, the Cancer. Yeah, I feel the emotional body here. Tuning into your intuition. We have this full moon. A new cycle. We have Gemini, communication. Card number 3. So we have 4 and 3. Stability, creativity, abundance, divine feminine, expansion. Okay, so there needs to be perhaps the way that you talk to yourself needs some cleansing, needs some healing. Let's see what else. So we have Taurus, and I saw this at the beginning when I was starting to shuffle. This card popped out when I was just cleansing the decks from the previous reading. Cultivate. Yeah, Taurus, I feel like this is the way that you love yourself, the way that you connect to yourself. It's about self-care, self-love, taking time out to rest, taking time out to heal, taking time out to nurture yourself, comfort yourself, embracing your body, embracing your beauty, honoring how you feel, honoring your emotions, no longer suppressing who you are, not being afraid to shine your light, to speak your truth. There's this forward movement here with this new location. I feel like you're going to be seeing yourself in a whole new light. The way that you feel is going to be shifting. The way that you communicate to yourself is going to be more loving, more tender. You're going to be more sensitive to your feelings, more understanding of your feelings. You could be tapping into your psychic abilities here. Yes, 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 yes. At the third eye. What else we have? We have solar calm, clarify. Yes, thank you for that. I felt the third eye coming through. So there's going to be something that you see clearly, maybe seeing yourself clearly. Maybe the way that you were seeing yourself was through this narrow viewpoint, this narrow lens. And now you're going to be opening up to seeing yourself with a new pair of eyes. The way that you see yourself is transforming. You might start to see the truth of who you are. Because I feel like this is coming into alignment, a whole new vibe, a whole new frequency, a shift, lots of forward, you know, like flow. I feel a lot of flow for you. Yeah, lots of spirituality, lots of wisdom, lots of intuition, a lot of psychic energy here. Lots of spiritual energy. Ooh, we have Jupiter, abundance. Yeah, look at the purple coming through now. The purple, so this is that communication between the higher mind and the lower mind. So there's going to be this big shift for you in August where you're just going to feel enlightened by some, I don't know, maybe there's going to be a message that you receive. Something's just going to come in, a download, maybe from these solar flares or something like that. The more that you take time to rest, to nurture, to practice self-care and self-love, in the downtime, you're going to be receiving like an abundance of love, an abundance of information, an abundance of spiritual activations, tuning into more of your wisdom, expanding your third eye, feeling more grounded, more connected. I mean, look at this cornucopia of abundance here coming through. Maybe you're going to feel an abundance of love, prosperity, abundance, security, feeling more secure with yourself. I'm happy for you. We have Sagittarius. Yes, look at that. Your truth. No longer denying who you are. Shining your light. No longer being afraid to express your truth. This is about being focused and determined to, light your fire. It's about fulfillment, being honest with yourself, your truth, expanding your light. This is light expansion. Connecting more to your truth. We have Venus with beloved. Oh, look at that right here. And we'll cover up this card. Yes, I love that Venus came through for this message of your beauty, your light, your heart. Look at all these flowers. Look at all that growth. Look at all that love. I feel like you've been on that love journey. And so in the month of August, you're going to feel this expansion of love. You're going to feel connected. You're going to feel peaceful. You're going to embrace your unique beauty, your unique light and all of your individualness, whether, you're quirky or what makes you your unique beauty. I feel like you're no longer going to be hiding your light. I feel like you're going to be embracing all that you are and expressing yourself and stepping more into who you are more fully, because you've been taking the time out to heal some old wounds and learning to love yourself and no longer looking for self-approval for anybody else to give you that self-validation or love that you may have been seeking in the past. I feel like you are definitely healing your heart here and shining your light, stepping into your truth. Yeah, we have 33 coming out here, and I feel, what was the other one? A 5. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 2 3s. We have a 7 and a 9. So lots of forward movement, lots of progression. It's just been steadily increasing. And then you have card number, a 33, which is a master number known as a master teacher, a high level of spiritual understanding. It's about creativity, connecting to the Christ consciousness, guiding yourself, your higher self guiding you, and you trusting in your higher self. Listening to your truth, honoring your truth. We have the 4 of water with distraction. Yeah, not feeling content. And that could be like maybe you haven't been very appreciative of yourself, or maybe you haven't seen, your beauty for what it is. Or you've been too busy and distracted by other people's opinions of you instead of listening and honoring your truth and being afraid to shine your light I mean, and that happens to so many of us because, you know, maybe in the past, in our childhood, we had people who tried to shame us and take our light. And, you know, you could have been this person who was just very happy, lucky, and, you know, enjoyed everybody, had such a big heart, very kind, very nurturing, very loving, very social butterfly. And some people, you know, they don't like that. Maybe something happened to them that made them feel like they weren't good enough. And then when they see somebody else who's, you know, happy and confident and comfortable with themselves, and they don't like it, and they want to tear you down, you know, how dare you shine your light? How dare you be happy? How dare you be confident in yourself, you know? And it's so sad that people do that to one another. And I feel like it may have been something that made you want to hide yourself, because maybe you felt like you didn't think that way, and maybe I don't want to be hurt, I want to be attacked, so I'm going to protect myself, and that made you, you know, hide your light. But now is the time for you to honor, to heal, to embrace your uniqueness and feel safe shining your light. Look at that, you have the dreamer. Yes, this is about a new beginning, believing in yourself, protecting your inner child. This is your higher self telling you to shine your light, to transform and become this beautiful butterfly that you are. And now you know your worth and your value, and now you get to choose who you want to bless with your light and your love, because you know your worth now. We have the Ace of Fire. Good deal. Opportunity, creativity, and action. Yeah, there's this new passion, new fire, new beginning, new light, new awakening here. A whole new level of seeing things. And then you got the Wheel. Heck yes. The end of a cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. Luck, progress, and change. Change is coming. Take a leap of faith. An old cycle is ending. A new cycle is beginning. You're going to be awakening to your power, to your truth, to your light. Seeing things with more clarity. There's this abundance of love and happiness. There's this beautiful expansion coming in, whereas before you may not have been, you know, content with your life, but now you're learning to be more independent and to give yourself that love and approval and validation, that comfort, that time to rest, the time to care for yourself, the time to nurture yourself, to feel into your emotions, cultivate a healthy relationship within your heart and your mind so that you no longer seek any outside approval. And it's part of why you came here, was to heal, you know, the generations that came before you, so that the children in your lineage are no longer born feeling, you know, like they're not worthy or not good enough or not loved, or that they have to seek approval to know that they are worthy and that they are loved. And all children want their parents' approval. That's normal. But sometimes if that requires us to change and be somebody different and not honor our truth, not honor our heart, then it's a time when we have to walk away. We have to choose our own happiness versus, you know, the approval of people who don't want you to be happy. You know, everybody who loves you should want you to be happy and to honor your truth. If you're not hurting anybody, you know, and you're not forcing somebody to do something against their will, we should all be allowed to express ourselves, our unique beauty, our unique style, the way that we want to be loved and respected. We all deserve to have that type of love in our lives and respect in our lives, and the right to express ourselves and live the life that we're meant to be living in order for us to fulfill our mission and what we're here to create, you know? All right. I'm so happy for you guys loving yourselves and giving yourself that love and healing that your soul needs, that your inner child needs. You know, look at how happy she is. She's got this new light. She has this new offering that she's been giving herself, this love, this passion, She feels loved because she's been loving herself. You've been loving yourself. So this beautiful love that you feel, your heart is expanding. Your light is expanding and growing. You're transforming. Okay, I'm going to get y'all a couple guardian angel messages, and then we'll close your reading. Ooh. Okay, let me get these. Okay, so you got lucky 4. The other 2 readings got 3. So we have peace. Calm your thoughts and move your awareness to a peaceful space inside your heart. Feel the ebb and flow of love, the eternal movement of the stars. Your life is forever unfolding to greater spheres of love. Relax and do not worry about anything, for all is well. You will soon enter a time of well-earned peace and tranquility. Nice. It's an excellent message for August. We have self-criticism. We, your angels, ask you to please be more compassionate towards yourself. Observe the times when you've had critical thoughts about you and make an effort to replace these negative thoughts with positive, loving ones. You are a wondrous being of light, even if at times you think you are less than perfect. Remember that God and divine perfection exist in all things. You were born in the eyes of the Creator. You were already born perfect and unique and different, because we're all meant to be unique and different. Keep shining your light no matter what. Pile number 3. The way that you talk and communicate to yourself means everything to your inner child. It's like becoming your own best friend, you know? You want your heart and your mind to communicate in peaceful, loving ways to one another. We have opportunity. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities await you. Stop dwelling on past mistakes. Surrender the past lovingly. There is nothing to regret. All is always in perfect and divine order. Everything that you've ever experienced has helped you in some way. The past is behind you. The path ahead is clear. Move forward joyfully and fulfill your heart's desire. Beautiful. And your final message is dreams. This is a wondrous time of healing and positive transformation. Embrace life each moment and keep focused on your dreams. Retain the purity of your vision and you will draw success to you. All you ever wished for, even that which seemed a distant dream, is about to manifest. Ooh, dreams coming true. Opportunities await you. Pile number 3 in the month of August. So we have this peace of mind coming in, a peace of heart. We have opportunities. We have dreams manifesting. Just trust and surrender. I feel like this has to do with abundance in some kind of way. We have luck is changing. Luck is on your side. Love is coming in because of all the hard work that you've done and all the healing that you've brought to your heart space. So just make sure that you continue keeping your heart and your mind on the same page, okay? All right, you guys, these are your messages for August. Thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated with you, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you feel like sharing your story below, I'd love to hear from you and connect with you all. Or just let me know that pile number 3 was your reading. I'm sending y'all so much love. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day.